안녕하세요 여러분, Hallyu Reviews입니다.
Hey y'all, I'm Shamra and I'm here with my girl Sabrina and we are Hallyu Reviews, two Americans who are swept up in the Korean wave as it reaches across the globe. We have a love of all Korean music and we're reacting to xikers and their newest title track off their 6th mini album.
I believe so.
It's called Peak. Or is it really called Superpower?
It's Superpower Peak in parentheses, yeah.
Okay.
And this is the
Interesting.
MV that has been recommended for us to take a look at. So I don't think we've done much from xikers, and so I'm very excited to take a look at this.
Agreed. I know what I read about it was there's really not much on it, but what I read says it's something about how they're better together, and so I think they're at their peak when they're together. And
okay, that makes sense.
I'm interested to see the music video to determine what I can gather.
Okay, well let's take a look at Superpower.
KQ Entertainment. Oh, it looks like disjointed. Ooh, I like that.
The subway, that feels very 80s.
Like be first.
Oh, Eternal Sunshine, doesn't that also have a subway scene? Domino.
Ooh, that's pretty.
It's great.
I love the neon lights that they're incorporating throughout the whole music video.
Well, this is like power, isn't it?
I'm zooming.
Tricky house. Okay, what are your thoughts on that one?
There were a lot of moments of that reminded me of GD and some of his younger stuff. Like the subway even with Power in the subway scene, and then Michiko, which is also in the subway.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the floor, like the dance floor, when they changed like to the lights and things, it kind of reminded me of one of our earlier ones that we'd reacted to, where the lights on the floor and everything is kind of changing.
Was that Crayon? It was like a performance
It
of
was
Crayon?
a performance of Crayon.
Yeah.
Was it a performance of Crayon? I know it was a performance.
I
I want to think it was Crayon,
was
because that's
Crayon.
probably his most chaotic, but I love it.
Yeah.
Loved this. I loved the high energy. I loved that you had like the transition between like the all white and the dance floor, and then like the deserted like street kind of setting as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I liked like the energy and the vibe of it, because I do feel like labels go for a certain like just feel, look, whatever. And I do think that KQ, with having the only other group is ATs, like if I had to pick a group that this reminded me of, it would have to be ATs, which you can see that. And I think a lot of the choreography and the use of the word peak, they used Hongzhong from ATs loves to use, and I know Stray Kids does it as well, but they use words that have like two different meanings in English. And so peak, like the peak, the summit of the mountain, or the height of your career or something, but also it's just like a peek at your face to like look at, it's like from around a corner or something. They use that reminded me of ATs, and just kind of like ATs has a way of like having confidence without being obnoxious
and arrogant.
Cocky. Yeah, like, and I felt like Xikers did a really good job capturing that same spirit. Like, they weren't like, oh, we're the GOAT. We talk about this a lot actually with the girl groups. Like, but they weren't coming out and just being like, oh yeah, we're so freaking awesome. And now they've a sixth mini album. They've been around for a while now, so we're not talking like the rookies. But just that idea of like, hey, we're at our peak. We're doing great things, but the whole thing with ATs is like, but we're still hungry. Like, we're still gonna do more.
And you could feel that from this music video, especially so.
Yeah, absolutely. So I thought this is great. I'm not super familiar with Xikers, but they had one recently that like, oh my gosh, I should look it up. It was like an earworm. I'm not sure if we reacted to it or not. I don't know that we did, but it was one that I was really excited about. Iconic. Did we do Iconic?
I feel like we did Iconic.
Like, maybe we did like a dance practice for it or something.
Maybe.
But Iconic was iconic. Like, it just was an earworm that I could not get out of my head when I heard it. It actually, the first time I heard it was on like a TikTok reel, and I was like,
I think we remember talking about that. Yeah.
And I just couldn't I literally couldn't get it out of my head. It was so good. So I liked this a lot. Sometimes when you hear a song from a group that you really, really like, but you're not familiar with them, then you hear another one, you're like, but this was not a disappointment at all. I really liked it.
No, this one was really good. I liked this one. I think that's kind of funny that the one that we'd listened to previously was Iconic, and this is Peak. All very like empowering words. So,
which, again, if you go with the idea of like the mini albums, like this whole like mini album section might be about that, about feeling at your best and like achieving your dreams or something like that. Like that might just kind of be like, right now ATs is golden hour. Like, well, I guess technically we've moved on to Ash with Japanese, but that whole golden hour mini album series was like, what is the golden hour of your life? And just kind of trying to define that. But before they had like treasure. So what's the treasure of your life? What are we, and I can kind of see maybe Xikers, because I imagine they have the same producing team. Like, I know
think so.
They probably have producers within the group, just like ATs does, but they might work with kind of that same general producing team, and so it makes sense. If you have a formula that works, I don't usually recommend changing it a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, make it your own, of course, but if it's a successful formula, then definitely repeat that formula. So this was good. Like I'm not familiar with the members. I know that they have 10. But goodness gracious, it seemed like everybody rapped. Like, because it wasn't just like one or two.
It's true.
So in ATs, there are 8 members. They have 2 rappers. But with 10 members and Xikers, I don't know if they would have 2.
Well, and I feel like they changed the members out so frequently that it was hard to really know who was doing what, because we don't know them as well as other people. Right. So.
And not change them out as in like rotated them through the group, but just everyone was getting a chance
everyone
to
was
like
getting a chance to sing and have like a present face. And
I mean, and a lot of groups like everybody's multi-talented, and they do like they do vocals and they rap and all. So I don't know if Xikers is that way, But I felt like we had at least like 4 or 5 rappers. It seemed that way, or maybe even just the way like the vocals like were being delivered was more of a rap sort of style. Yeah, but it felt like we had a lot of rappers in that group. So they were really good, and they had such distinct voices. Like you knew you weren't listening to the same person. Yeah. So really good.
Interesting.
So if you are fans of xikers and you'd like to take a look at more of their work, make sure that you like and subscribe down below, and let us know what we should take a look at next.
And if you like drama, make sure you check out Hallyu Reviews, where we tell you which dramas to watch, must watch, or completely skip. Until next time, annyeong!